show you some examples of what we were able to do subsequently in just a few minutes. And what I would like to talk about now is, yeah, probably I can just can cover this now that you have put up. So this is the, when you register a complaint, you would have to say who you are, give your phone number, your address, and so on. Then what is the nature of the complaint? So if you really look at the details of the complaint, I'll just read it out in case this is a very fairly heavy slide. So it says that 4th Seward Road, Valmiki Nagar is a sandy area. GCC is building stormwater drains in such an area, and it's a waste of precious public resources. Here is a complaint that is really talking from a very different perspective. It is displaying the knowledge of the fact that in a sandy area, you don't really require a stormwater drain. And we would like to preserve rainwater, and it's a waste of public resources. I'm sure somebody sitting there in the corporation, when they see something like this, they know that they are dealing with a very different kind of complainant who is well aware of the soil profile and the soil topology of their area. And the person is even conscious of the fact that, it's a big drain of public resources if one were to drain precious rainwater into the sea. And so you can see that, there is a lot of conversation that is going on between in the sections that is being displayed now. The grievance officer is essentially forwarding it to somebody who's the assistant engineer who is responsible for that particular division. And and then you can see that just if you go down, Mr. Sripati, just go down a little bit. Yes. So I'll read out the last wonderful response actually, which we were able to do. And probably Jayanthi can, when during her session, she will add more points to this. So it says that as discussed with Jayanthi, madam, and other two association persons on such and such date at such and such time, the AEs have had interaction with the concerned key people in the Resident Welfare Association. It says that there is no further digging, only rainwater harvesting well at two ends. And further, it says that it will go only to a particular point in the locality. And then we will actually have two rainwater harvesting wells at the ends. This is something that has never been done in the city. In fact, I would say that Valmiki Nagar, this is a model area for great success of civic engagement, a very meaningful, informed, and very elevated and enhanced civic engagement between residents, rain center, and corporation, where we told them that, look, you cannot drain precious rainwater, number one. This is a sandy, this is an area with sandy soil. Therefore, it's highly permeable. There is no real justification for you to put up a stormwater drain. Recharge wells are more than enough. Stormwater drain is a waste of public resources. And we also suggested to them that now that you have already commenced the work, we're not going to allow you to take the stormwater drain all the way to the sea. You will have to actually find a way to, preserve this water and take it to the subsurface underground aquifer. So for the very first time, and probably for the first and the last time, I don't think they have ever agreed to terminate a stormwater drain. They've never given a written commitment to do it, and they actually did it. They have actually terminated a stormwater drain into recharge wells at both ends, which means even though they had actually started the work and there was really no way to interfere and stop the work, we were able to achieve the goals of preserving that water from getting drained into the sea by getting them to actually terminate the stormwater drain into recharge wells. Subsequently, we went and checked if they've actually done it. And we found, to our very pleasant surprise, that they have actually terminated the stormwater drain into recharge wells. Normally, stormwater drains are built contiguously, which means stormwater drain from one street will be taken and connected with a stormwater drain to the next street and so on. So they will never ever terminate a stormwater drain into a recharge well.
Is this the resolved complaint?
It is a resolved complaint, and we actually checked and made sure that they have actually done what they have committed. Because many times you will find that they'll make a commitment, they will never do it. They'll do what they want, and you will lose control. At some point, we will give up as citizens. We will go back and reconcile ourselves to the fate of having to put up with.
So, to give you a basic understanding of how the stormwater drain started, so Balakrishna Road between 3rd Sewer Road and 4th Sewer Road has been always, a place where it's like a boat. So we've had a lot of water stagnation in that area. And small part of in 3rd Sewer Road, western side also, in front of Tarangani apartment, there has been water stagnation. This we have seen during 2015 rain. It was really bad. So one of the member in Tarangani apartment made a complaint saying there is water stagnation. Please do something. The GCC jumped at the idea. The moment somebody said do something, you know how GCC reacts. They immediately jumped at the stormwater drain construction. So overnight, they started digging 3rd Sewer Road western side with the JCB. So we realized, we went and, the community people saw something like this is happening. We went and inquired and found out that they are putting a stormwater drain. So by the time we could, get people together, spread the word and, make a WhatsApp group, they had already come, so these people act fast because they know there is going to be a public protest in something like this. So they dug it up in 3rd Sewer Road, say around 50 feet, and immediately jumped on the Balakrishna ride and finished it. So by the time the community got together in a WhatsApp group and started taking action, saying, so the first thing, the moment this happens, we reached out to Rain Center, Ram or Shankar Raghavan sir, saying, this is what is happening. What do we do? How can we go about? So Ram had assisted us and said, okay, start complaining online. So we had formed around 50 people of us, formed a WhatsApp group. We started reacting. Each one of us started complaining online on GCC website, grievances, saying this is sandy area. We want you not to put any stormwater drain. We already have 6 recharge wells in Balakrishna Road and other places. If you want add decent recharge wells, continuously and put more recharge wells, please discontinue the stormwater drain. So while the dialogue, so 25 of us overnight complained online. So when 25 of us complain, there is a pressure on GCC. They have to take. So immediately AE called us or called me the next day and she came onto the site. So the moment I came to know she was coming, I had put out a WhatsApp message saying AE is coming to discuss about this. As many of you, please come. So 10 of us gathered. 10 of us gathered to speak to AE saying what's happening. We do not want stormwater drain. We are right next to the beach. It is sandy area. Everything is going to the ground. And even if the water stagnates for a half an hour or 2 hours, everything gets sucked up. So why are you putting, stormwater drain unnecessarily? This is absolutely not needed. We are not going to let you put anything. Even so, they were planning to do on the eastern side of 4th Sewer Road and take it and let it out into the sea. We said first, we want you to stop with whatever you have done. By the time the AE came, they had already jumped to the 4th Sewer Road western side. It's like a path they have created. So they jumped and they had started digging. So we said, now that you have dug it and you have already started concretizing it, we want a solution. First, you have to stop wherever you have done. That's it. You're not going to go any further. And for a better solution, we all gathered and we discussed and said the best solution would be for you to put 2 recharge wells at the end of every stormwater drain that you have made. And we said we also want the number of the stormwater drain in charge person, the contractor person. We took all their numbers and as a continuous thing among the volunteers, we would go every morning, speak to the person there, make sure that the work is happening and they are not continuing in any further. In fact, when they had come, while this was happening, when they had come to the 4th Sewer Road eastern side to start digging, few of us gathered, gherod, like, you know, hugging a tree or thing like gather and gherod and said, okay, you will not do it. You will do it over us. We are all protesting and we all sat down there. So they had to stop the digging here. And then they got information saying, no, Valmiki Nagar, we cannot do. Please stop it there. Let us just go and do whatever we have done. So they concretized, they did that and sunk 2 wells at the end of all the stormwater drains that they had constructed. And we, on a constant inspection, also in the stormwater drain, we made sure they had put those pipes and opening where the water can, you know, when collects, gets seeped in and get rid. So this was really success for us because the community got together. Each one of us took responsibility to go, you know, inspect, to go speak to the stormwater drain person what is happening, to open and show the well as to how deep they have put. Have they really done a work properly? Have they put, you know, drains, you know, they have these drain things at the equal intervals that they have done properly. So this is how we achieved our Valmiki Nagar thing. Of course, Ram helped us. Also, there were problems, online complaints, you know, it would not go and we would get stuck. So Ram really helped us on how to make online complaint. Even making online complaint, GCC has made it so problematic, so complicated that you have to really struggle.